Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner Albert Kemen. Albert leading off the show with a little bit of sad news, but at the same time, hopefully, today's modern medicine and such, maybe we'll have a happy story after all.
Yeah, we're talking about Bernie Kosar, Boardman, famous football player, became even more famous with the Cleveland Browns. Fighting his life right now with his liver. I have a friend that got a liver transplant. It worked, so hopefully he's on that transplant list, and we can be celebrating here a year from now, saying Bernie Kosar, the liver transplant worked. So all you people, local fans who got a chance to watch him play at Boardman, you'll remember Bernie Kosar.
Miami?
Yeah, Miami, Florida. That's where I first saw him.
Then the Browns.
Mm-hmm. I saw him at sidearm motion.
Big star. Big star.
Yeah, and you see him now, he's hard to recognize.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how sick he is. No question about
well,
that.
the liver cleanse. I'm no doctor, but I know it's
Serious.
important. Yeah, because if you don't have, I know all the meds all have something on the side about making sure you get blood work with your liver.
So we move on to Youngstown State. Running back for the Denver Broncos had a great week. Jaleel McLaughlin. Congratulations, Jaleel, leading rusher in the win against Arizona. He's fighting for his life. They drafted Harvey, who's going to make the team, because anytime they draft a kid high,
yeah,
I don't care if you're better than him.
You've talked about that. You've talked about that for years.
Yeah.
They get more mistakes. Let's say it this way. They get more mistakes. We have a buddy whose son was quite a lineman, an offensive lineman, got to bring got his chance, screwed up a couple snaps, and never snapped it again.
Right, and if you're a high draft choice or a highly recruited kid in college, they look past your mistakes.
Your fumbles aren't as important, are they?
It's the truth.
No, you hate to say it, but
we know it's true.
You've taught me that over the years.
Well, what you've taught me is that when they're paying money out there to a high draft choice, the money's going to speak for itself.
The money,
that's
money talks.
That's what always talks.
Yeah,
the money talks. 24-year-old young man, third year with the Denver Broncos. Last year had an outstanding year. 113 attempts, which is a lot of attempts. 496 yards, 3 total touchdowns.
Yeah, 500 yards. Like you hear 500 yards for running, but you realize no team runs one anymore.
Never.
It's not like the days of Jim Brown and John Henry Johnson. They're running 1 and 2 guys. They have a package for third down. And I'll tell you, I like the way I remember 2 years ago, he was living in a car till we found out he made the team. A, I root for him, and B, when I seen him play, and I'm going to tell you what, I know it's exhibition, and I'm not putting any stock in the scores. They're going to be good.
Yeah, you don't go by scores. That's
No.
the truth. But what you do is you can at least see an individual, and that's why he got his chance to run. He made the most of it because if he does get cut, there's a good chance somebody else will pick him up, George. They're always looking on the.
Where do they use that phrase? You're putting it out on film.
Yes, that's what he did. Talking to many high school coaches in the area, George and I, 2 areas that I've talked to personally. Offensive line, run blocking is so important in high school football around here. The teams that win are the teams that control the line of scrimmage. So they're looking at who they have back, but who can they add to that offensive line. And then this has come up a lot lately. They don't say quarterback anymore. They say dual threat quarterback. They want a quarterback that can run. In the old days, George, they just worried if you pass.
No, they almost put the bugaboo on you if you could run because they figured A, you couldn't pass, and B, you would get hurt.
You were thought of that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so those two things keep coming up. I don't know where the dual threat quarterback came out. I don't know if it was pros, college, or high school, but I know everybody is looking at that word dual now. They want a guy who can move on 3rd and 8 and get the first down with his legs or his arm.
Now, there have been guys that could move forever, but I think the first guy that put the passing was Steve Young because he could run.
Boy, he was great.
And he could really pass. A lot of Cam Newton, he got hurt early, hurt his shoulder. Maybe it's not fair, but he was at one time you thought of him more as a runner. But yet I always thought of the dual guy that could do both because Steve Young was that guy, and it made the 49ers make Montana expendable.
Yeah, Steve Young was my favorite quarterback ever. How
Okay.
about that? George's brain didn't even know that.
No.
He's my favorite because that's what I liked about him. I thought, and I always thought, and I know how great Montana was, that Steve Young could have won 2 more Super Bowls with that team too, if he'd have got same opportunity. But he
Okay.
didn't. Montana, they kept playing Montana.
No.
But once Steve Young got his chance, he proved it.
Remember that he was
great
getting the
players.
monkey off his back. They were up like 50 to something. One of the linemen was like pretending to.
Yes.
But I think they put that beat down. That was that the Bills or was some?
Come on.
It was one of the worst.
It was a whooping.
Yeah, the worst I remember
yeah,
is the Bears over the Patriots.
They never got a first down.
That was.
Yeah.
I remember when Al we'd be talking on Sunday. He'd go, "What do you think against the Bears?" I said, "What's the line, Al?" He'd go 31 or something. I'd say, "Well, total." I said, "Well, what's?" I said, "Well, let me ask you. Will the other team score more than once?"
No.
So the answer's no, and it was no every week.
Every week.
They were
Greatest
going to
defense
cover.
ever.
I
85 defense, that was
would
the best
say.
one. That
Now
was
this
the best one.
dual threat thing. You and I have come to the point where we want guys on 3rd and 7 that can get away because they
We
keep
root for
those sticks
teams,
going.
and
Yeah.
because we believe that's a breaker of your defensive team. You play everything right. Everything's right. Rush the passer. He ducks under, gets away, and the next thing you know, he's running 20 yards down the field. And you look at the film and say, we did everything right except tackle.
And remember, he can slide. He doesn't have to take that hit on the sideline.
There's some guys who do that well now.
Oh, Mahomes was the master. Although when he slows down and sticks that ball out, I want someone to
crack
block
him.
him.
I want somebody to crack
But
him.
yeah,
too.
you're exactly right. In RG3, he lost his career over not sliding. You don't take those guys on with your shoulder,
They're trying to
especially
hurt
your
you.
right shoulder.
They're trying to hurt you.
Oh,
They are trying to hurt you. Those are different human beings.
those
right
are
there.
dudes. We were at the Slippery Rock last week doing our PA show, and look out. These guys are like huge. They're not big. They're huge, and we've been to Youngstown in the past and seen how even
they are.
bigger they are. This game's interesting. I want to talk about this game for a little bit. They open with Mercyhurst. Now, 2 years ago, Mercyhurst was D2. It would have been a 31-10 joint. What has happened, they've gone D1. Now, that league that they're in, basically, they came in, St. Francis coming out.
Right.
Even though it didn't happen like that, like St. Francis is honoring their scholarships this year. So you figure most of the guys that could have gone went, and the guys who aren't will go next year. Does this look like as easy a game to you as it did before they were in the PSAC? I mean,
Well,
you better win Youngstown because you don't play
That's
teams.
what I'm going to say.
I knew what you. Yeah.
Yeah, the league they play in, it's easy compared to that. But YSU cannot take anybody easy. It isn't like they're North Dakota State or South Dakota State. So they'll have to be serious about this. If they take care of business like they should, it should be a romp. That's what they should be in this league. That's the personnel they have. But I never sell anything short with YSU. I've never.
How about the defense? 3 interceptions and several tackles for loss. It appears they're ahead of the offense.
Yeah, and this time of year, I don't know which one the coach would rather have because I know Bumgar's coming back, and with Bumgar back, that means he figures the offense should be better. The defense dominated the last scrimmage. I think that's the last scrimmage for their real game. So they resume practice as we're talking. Season opener August 28th against Mercer.
I'm looking forward to the kid from their league, that Gronkowski. He went to a D1 team, and I'm looking forward to see how that rough and tumble style of his plays with the bigger boys.
He can run it, no question about it. As we just talked about dual threat, he's one of them.
Yes.
He can throw and run.
Yeah, it should be interesting. All right, let's talk about the guys, the other guys that are getting paid. We used to say we're talking about the guys that are getting paid. We can no longer say
Not a
that.
chance.
We have to say the guys that are making more money,
Right.
maybe. But let's talk MLB to start with. 35-plus games left. Give or take a few. Some teams have 37, 38. Some have 34. Cleveland at 63 and 60. I was cheesing up until this weekend. We were sitting there. Al and I put a little wager on them at the All-Star break, and it's still 1 under, so there's still 4 to the good. But we were sitting pretty till
It's baseball.
the stinking
It's
base. But if you
baseball.
know anything about the Braves, no one's underachieved more than the Braves.
Right. It's been a bad year for them.
I mean,
they still have players.
Yeah, they can spike you any night. But anyhow, they're 63 and 60, 5-5 in the last 10, and they just got swept, so it tells you they're 5-2.
Right. They're 47-49 going into when we took them.
Yep.
So they played really well since then.
16-11.
Yeah. Let's hope they can keep that up. The other side of it,
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
no. I didn't want to read it. Go ahead.
They were 3-7 this week. That's a good week for them.
Oh, my God.
3-7 last 10, 21 games under 500.
Any possible? Is there a ray of sunshine?
No.
Because you're the guy.
Last year, I thought this was going to be their year. I thought Hayes would have a great year. I thought Cruz would come into his own. I thought Gonzalez really looked good.
Yeah.
I thought they added Skeens. And Jones went down. It was a major injury right off the bat.
Yeah.
But their pitching still held up decently.
Yeah, it's not awful.
They can't score runs.
I mean, 3-2, 4-3.
Every day.
I think someone was saying the other day the amount of one-run games. And, you know, now it comes down to, even though the bow ties don't believe it, clutch hitting.
Yeah.
2 outs, 2 on, guy on third, fewer than 2 outs, fly ball. I'm gonna talk about it just for a minute with you because I thought about it. I have it in my other stuff, but it comes to mind now. I know I see them play, and I watch MLB every night. I'll watch 3-4 games in the split screen. But my question is this. What is with the amount of call third strikes? Where did that, I know the, second batter's your hitter and don't make outs, don't sacrifice. Where did the taking the third strike come from?
Well, I know this. They're taught to try to get a walk now. And once you put that mentality in place, it's hard to pull that trigger. And they're always hoping for a 3-2 count. Build the pitcher's counts up. Things that I never thought about before. But I cannot give you an answer why you take a third strike. I mean, I have no idea.
I
don't know
never
what
seen.
that is.
And then they walk back with this puzzled look, and they mutter, and I look up in the board, they're batting 189. If I'm behind there and you're batting 189, I'm saying, hey buddy, look up there.
There's a lot of guys in 100s. There's
Just
a lot of guys
awful.
in 100s. That's an amazing trait today that no one cares about what your average is. And if you're hitting 109 and 183, I still think you stink.
Hey, I'm going to add something to that. For all those bow ties, the top 5 teams in batting average, guess where they are? They're on the top. Yeah, so don't give me that nonsense. Yeah. One of our buddies, I said something. Oh, coach, he goes, they don't go. I said, you may not. I said, you may not, but with a guy on second, I want Tony Pereza.
I want a clutch hitter. Yes, I do.
Now, obviously the Guardians are still in the wild card race.
Yeah, I think everybody's in the wild card race.
You can't lose sight of the Yankees there, though.
No, you never lose sight of the
Yankees. But I mean, they're going to be the last one the way it looks.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get too far behind them. Pittsburgh, their cars are packed. And another
My
thing,
car's packed.
We got to talk about this too for Pittsburgh. The kid had needed one more inning. Now I know he's been lousy, but to pull him out like that and say you never make any decisions based on money, I call BS.
I know they did.
I call BS.
They put him in the bullpen, so he won't.
Not saying he's any good.
So he won't get as many innings.
He'll get one more.
Well, so
he'll
cheap.
get the small bonus.
They're so cheap.
And then the Phillies, right before the All-Star break, one of their guys had to pitch. They gave him the money anyway.
That's the difference in teams.
And it's huge.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference. They're pulling.
Why would you sign with Pittsburgh? That's what I'm saying.
No, if you were a free agent, you may weigh the money, which is not going to be. And you see, you know what? I'm going to go with Cincinnati or Cleveland. They treat their people better. That was Tellez, by the way. Skeens is still the front runner for the Cy Young. Bad news out of Philly. Pitcher got blood clots. He's on the IL. He could be done for the year.
Yeah, anytime you have those blood clots,
you don't mess with.
Yeah, they don't. They put you down. I mean, you're not coming back from that.
No, you got to worry more about your
dying
well-being.
Yes,
I'm not. Yes, so you don't pitch. Right. Okay. Now let me ask you: does this bother you? I don't say too much because there are a lot of sycophants around here. Skeens, do you ever consider the fact that he never pitches in a big game because they don't have any? Like when you look at, say, at him versus Scooble, or him versus Wheeler, or him versus DeGrom, or him versus whomever.
Right.
Do you ever look and say?
Zero. I just watch a pitch grade every time he pitches.
Except once.
I don't even think it.
Okay, so that's what I was asking.
Yeah, well, he might have one.
No, he's allowed. No,
every game.
No, he's allowed.
Yeah.
No, he's a matter of fact, I think he pitches Monday night. I would like to sit down with the Pirate manager and just say, please, I'm a novice. What's your plan? Because the guy you loved, first he was in the outfield, then he was at shortstop, now he's at first base.
Yeah,
what is that about? How do you change?
Like him. For some, they don't like Bagheera. I have no idea why.
But it's like Sawinski. He had a hit the other day. I almost fell out of my.
They hit a home run. They thought it was a great
he was about 107. My question to you is, what does it appear? Because we've talked about Cruz, and Al and I on the radio weeks ago. I said, he's so
George called this
uncontrolled, like he doesn't know what he's doing. Now he's a great athlete. You'd be dumb to say he'll run in front of the right fielder and snatch the ball and laugh. Well, guess what? He's out with a concussion.
Yeah, it was coming.
Yeah,
because he just takes off like a wild buffalo going for the ball, and still does not know how to play the position. He's still learning position. I think at Major League you're learning a position. That's not so well. But he's out with a concussion. I don't know how long, maybe for another 5 days. But that was coming. That was coming.
No, you saw it coming. I mean, I thought he would hurt someone else, to be honest, because he's so dang big.
Himself.
Your face is, when he's reaching up, your face is his elbow. Rough series. We talked about the guards. They're dangerous, and we said with the Braves. I don't know. They had a combination of injuries and such, but no one has done worse with. Let's say worse with what they have.
Yeah. Oh no, easily the most disappointing team in baseball is Atlanta. Their hitting has been atrocious. Their bullpen has been atrocious, and spotty is their pitching. No, they've done
That's
nothing
a good
right.
word,
They've
spotty.
done nothing right all year, really. Atlanta's done nothing.
And there was a time a few weeks ago, I read this stat, and I almost ran a car off the road. They had lost so much. If you bet on them and the White Sox, you were even. I mean, it was even.
That's the odds, huh?
That's how bad they are. And with the odds, of course, with the odds. Raleigh keeps homering. He'll be the new leader of catchers in the history of the game.
Right.
He's going to go down in the.
He's having a great year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a great year.
That's all no question about it.
Yeah, one of those years of a lifetime.
A few bucks on him for MVP when Judge got off to that hot start. You'd be sitting with your feet
He
up.
has a chance now.
Be like Daddy Warbucks.
Judge getting hurt for that.
Yeah, Judge. It's definitely different. Amazing. Cy Young in American, right now it looks like Scooble. Can he be caught by? Do you remember way back we were doing something, and I said to keep an eye on the guy that they traded to the Red Sox from the White Sox.
Crochet. Yeah.
Crochet. He's involved.
Yeah. Scooble has this.
Scooble's going to get it.
Scooble has this thing.
Yeah.
Unless he just falls apart completely. Yeah. You can't predict the future. But he just pitches normal. He's got the sky sign on American League.
I'm going to say something here that's going to sound crazy, but all I can do is watch. I watched 2 of the 3 games, San Diego and the Dodgers, top to bottom. First, the last inning, they went from 1 out to 2 up. They swept them. I watched that game, and it looked to me like the Dodgers think they're supposed to beat them.
Well, they think that against everybody. But
yeah.
San Diego beat them last year.
So you think they?
I mean, San Diego beat them in the past.
And they go next weekend. It's the same series at home.
Yeah, I would think in a short series that San Diego has a chance because they're pitching and their bullpen's better.
Yeah, and there's some hitting. I watched the other day 6 walks, and I'm like,
That's a killer.
I'm watching
The guy
this.
going to throw the ball over the
I'm
plate.
watching this, and I'm like, way to step up.
Yeah.
6 stinking walks.
Yeah, Casas was throwing the ball hard, but couldn't throw the ball over the plate. So it doesn't matter how hard you throw it.
But then, as you know, with this new wild card, more teams are still
Oh, there's so many of
in the picture,
Yeah,
as we know. So we're looking at a
Somebody
couple.
gets hot in the last 30 games. They can get
Remember
it.
last year, Detroit, where did
Same
they
idea.
come from?
They came the same idea. There it is, the answer, George. If somebody gets hot and goes 24-6, you'll say, where did they come from? I don't know. That's why they're in the playoffs.
And we'll talk about the Brewers. That ridiculous. By the head, they're up 3-0 today. There's a doubleheader with the Cubs.
Right.
The thing about it with them, you talk about hot teams. Yow. They could lose the rest of the year and have more wins than the White Sox. The last 4
Yeah, they have put everything together at one time, from bullpen to clutch hitting to stealing bases. They're a fun team, and Yelich is getting hot now. Their best player.
He's in the 20s.
So Yelich, Contreras, they have 2 power hitters. They picked up Vaughn from the White Sox, and ended up being a great pickup. Sometimes you fit in a different team and do better. But Milwaukee right now is a not something to mess around with.
No.
Doesn't like they got good starting pitching and a good bullpen.
Now, if they were to line up against the Dodgers,
Well, nobody. If the Dodgers play their best,
yeah,
no, Dodgers are the team to beat. I mean, that's really simple. I mean, I don't think anybody. If both teams play their very best, no, if any team in baseball plays their very best,
Phillies, Mets.
Dodgers will win it.
I got it. Okay, let's talk NCAA football. It starts this week. It's hard to imagine it's
Are
here.
they playing in Ireland?
playing in Ireland. Playing in Ireland 9 in the morning.
Is that a new thing every year? Is that,
There seems to be. There's a game.
Okay,
Last year, I believe it was
I thought it was
Georgia
Notre
Tech
Dame,
and
see,
Florida
it
State.
wasn't.
It was Notre Dame. Notre Dame and Navy. It was.
I thought it started Notre Dame. That's
Yeah,
what I thought.
but last year it was. I believe it was Georgia Tech
So
and
they
Florida
can choose
State.
any two teams they
Yeah,
want now.
yeah,
Okay.
And
okay.
now this year, here's what's funny about this. Maybe when they did it, they didn't realize. This could be Thanksgiving for the championship.
Oh, definitely.
Kansas State, Iowa State. You kidding?
They're both thinking they can win it. Yeah, both teams are playing right now, and they're talking about it in their team meeting.
It's a first place game.
Yeah, we can win this game. This will set us up to win the whole league.
And I want to say this because I'm thinking, can Arizona State? I watched Arizona State do everything but undress Texas.
Right.
That was no Clemson Texas game. That's Scatterboo. They didn't want to tackle that boy.
No,
And I won't blame them, by the way. I didn't say that. But just to give you an idea, that Big 12, Utah, they're going to be back. They're not going to play like they did last year. So now you have Arizona State returning. Well, wait a minute. Iowa State, yeah. Kansas State, yeah. How about one of the sleepers, Texas Tech, Houston? What are we saying?
And Baylor. There's so many teams, yeah. And you never count out BYU. They're always better than you think they're going to be.
And they're tough up there.
Always think they're better.
And you got probably the weak links, West Virginia, and he won't be weak for long. I've watched Rich Rod too many times.
This year. He brought a million players in. He might not be weak this year. That's right.
You and I agree. How about week one, just to give you an idea, just your thought real quick. Notre Dame, Miami. Mm-hmm. What a game.
Good game.
No question about it. Miami's saying the ex-Georgia quarterback is right where the Heisman.
They're saying he's better than one.
And I won't.
I won't believe.
You'll have to show me. We have to show you.
Show me too.
How about Ohio State, Texas? There's a ball game.
Man, there is not a chance that anybody knows who's winning that game.
No.
Not a chance.
No, because Texas lost both lines. They lost quite a bit. Now, they got players there. We're not saying that. And Ohio State lost a quarterback. If that game were on the road, I'd have Texas without breaking in a new quarterback, but not at the Horseshoe.
Right.
I know who plays there.
That's dangerous there.
How about LSU Clemson?
Another toss-up.
I mean,
these are all toss-ups.
These are ball games.
But once again, we talked about last year, first game of the year. You have no idea how good it is. LSU might end up being the best team in college football.
And
we don't know going into game one.
And what we do know is in the old days, when it was a two-team tournament, these games wouldn't have been played.
Never been played, no.
Or a four-team tournament.
They can lose that game and still say, it's okay, boys. Let's get better.
We have a long way to go.
Yep.
We have a long way to go. Tennessee, Syracuse, who knows?
On paper, in the past, Tennessee should be
Tennessee
Syracuse.
named their quarterback. The kid that left and went to UCLA, he wanted more money.
Right.
Then UCLA's quarterback went there.
He's playing in Tennessee.
Yeah, it's just.
How about that's all you got to know about football?
I'm not sure of that. I'm not sure I like that. But there's a game that Friday night to kick it off. Utah's at UCLA.
Wow.
That should be an interesting.
They played each other for years.
Well, they weren't. Yeah.
When they were in the same league.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
they're not. Mm-hmm.
Good
right.
point. Good point. NIL and the portal did all this.
Yeah, everybody said it was going to be easy. And they found out it wasn't as easy as George and I said it was going to be.
Money's going to.
Anytime you're exchanging money.
Is money going to rule it?
It already does.
I mean,
to the nth degree.
Do you think there's a day
No.
when some of these mids are going to have to do something else?
That's what I don't know about that. You're right. But I'm talking about the big teams.
In other words, you think if they still have those three slaughters, like Penn State, by the way, Penn State fans, don't come at me. Florida International, Villanova, and Nevada. You want to have one of those or two?
Right.
I won't say a word because I know how good the Big Ten is, but not all three.
Yeah, they set themselves up for a 3-0 start for sure. Not even a doubt.
And let's face it, the guy who we thought wouldn't, someone got to him, our buddy Dabo.
Yeah, they had to. I'll give him credit. He thought it through. So I'm not get as many as everybody else gets, but I'm going to get some in the portal. I'm going to get something.
And I'm going to recommend that show. I did it to you verbally. I'll recommend it to the listeners. There's a show on ESPN, one of the many platforms, 1, 2, whatever. He and Belichick sitting down for an hour.
That'd be interesting.
The respect is there.
That'd be very
Let me tell you, you will. Well, I know you'll like it. I don't even have to say.
That'd be very interesting.
These teams have spent. It appears that Texas Tech was trying to break the bank.
They went out the most. They were the highest, $55 million. So, but Texas is right there with them. It's always.
Oh, they're not going to let them.
It's right to Texas.
That's like their cousins. Wait a minute. No, we could spend
Yeah,
more.
I'll show you how much we can spend.
But something interesting, two guys I want to talk about. One, the Maryland coach. He said it tore his locker room apart last year, paying some and not paying others or paying them different amounts.
Yeah, when the offensive guard is making this much, and the tackle's out playing him,
You let him block them.
he's out playing and saying,
Yes.
"Wait, how come you're getting more money than me?"
Yes, yes.
So he said he had to put his chair, his office,
He said,
in the locker room.
now see the fact that from TV they're all getting $21 million. That will serve as an arbitrary salary cap, but it's not going to solve it.
No.
I mean, it's just going to
Texas
add.
Tech $55 million. They said.
Yeah, that's
So where the
what,
rest of that money come
that's
from?
what's going to happen. No
Yeah.
question about it.
Right.
And the other guy, I give him credit. The guy from Northern Illinois there, he just broke down. He was at the podium and he said, "Look, when I played, as you said,
That's my big thing all the time.
it sounded like you were talking."
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to say that, but he just talked straightforward about getting this college scholarship should be enough because we're trying to teach about life. In college, that's 18 to 22.
Boys to
When,
men.
yeah, that's a good way to say it, George.
Yes.
And when you're just handing them that much money, and they think they're expected it, not going out.
Yeah.
He said a scholarship was enough. So because why I was there was not to collect money. It was to learn to be an adult.
Good point, Albert.
Yeah.
You sounded like you talking.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I look at all these MAC teams, returning starters, 2, 3.
They got
They're getting
poached.
poached.
They got poached.
You're getting poached.
Yeah, they did.
One more thing in the NFL, and we're going to close with this. This 3 to 4 I'll call them practice games because they're nothing more. These guys don't know what to do. When they had 4, they played a little in 1, over half in 3. Now that they have 4, they do not. You can't tell me you can paint the same brush with Rodgers, who's been in the league as long as McCarthy's been alive.
Yeah, they're
How
trying-
is that the same?
They're trying so hard to figure that out, and they can't.
No.
Because their number one thought every game is let's not get anybody hurt. That's so they're worried about it. So week 1, you're going to see the week 1 defenses are ahead of the offense. All the time.
Unders. If I could
comes
give,
out like that all the time.
if I could give advice to anybody on a FanDuel account or whatever, get on the unders early.
It happens all the time.
It's no question. They cannot risk injury. They cannot
So they're
put
thinking about-
Mahomes out there.
They won't even think about it.
If he sprains his ankle, the season's over
Yes.
before it starts.
I think there's probably 10 teams that lost their quarterback to be out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's how.
And let's say this. Let's call these games what they are. A joke, a hoax. It's like grifting. Charging people money for...
That's the big thing I saw you wrote, George. People forget that.
Full price.
This full price.
Full price. Yeah. How about last night? 1st and goal at the 3. The Bears.
Okay.
With all the, the JVs are in there anyway. Took 4 knees to beat the over.
That's why it's important.
Oh, I was hysterical. I mean, you give it to some guy that doesn't play, it's just like, but you don't need
That's
it
funny.
4 times in an exhibition
that's
game.
funny.
Yeah, they
Exhibition
need
game.
it 4 times. Rams are concerned. They said he threw well today at practice. Stay tuned till
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's another thing. I don't listen to the word anything they say during the offseason.
You got to watch back injury, Al.
I'm telling you, game 1 they'll be in there. They find a way. I don't know. I'm not going to sign.
They'll shoot
I don't
'em.
know. I'm hurt. Game 1, they're going to
All
shoot
right.
over the
All
over
right.
the shot. They'll be playing.
Scotty Scheffler, he's making the rest of that tour look
Yeah, he's
like.
that much better than everybody. That's
now,
what he is.
if he's number 1, now listen to this.
He's definitely number 1.
But if he's number 1 for another year, past Halloween, he'll tie Tiger.
Yeah, that's how good he's playing.
That tells you.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
use the T word
Yeah, Tiger was
when talking about golf.
So
Do you?
dominant.
Yeah.
So dominant.
Yeah.
Scheffler's playing that good.
No.
Uh-huh.
ESPN buying the red zone worries me. I'm
Is that
afraid
gonna
they're
happen
gonna-
this year or
No,
not?
next year.
Okay.
This year you're fine.
red
You have
zone's
no.
my channel.
You have no worries at all. And the other one is goodbye pay-per-view. 1 more year of UFC. Paramount Plus bought
You
it.
like that one, right?
Yeah, but I got a feeling my bill's going up. I'm not getting for
okay.
$8 a
I thought
month.
you might get cheap.
I
Okay.
don't. No, I have a feeling that's not going to happen. But as we said before, if you get a chance to see the Belichick thing with Dabo, turn it on. You'll be glad you did. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Talk.